So, my dear Pisces, today the Sun is in Sagittarius, giving the light to the Moon, which is in your sign. And we know that here the blending of the two cups is water and fire, masculine, feminine, the two salamanders protecting the portal of the past lives, right? And the lives that we live now. The 14th major arcana and here the 18th major arcana, we get calculated together the 5 and here the 9. The 9 and the 5 is the 14 again, and in the 14 we see temperance. We see that Sagittarius is letting you know it's all about trusting that you are this guardian angel yourself. The Sun in the Osho Zen Tarot is the innocence to know that he is looking to the left. To the left is the path within, but when we become the card, it's the path without. What we learned within, right, in shining a light upon others through the blending of these two cups is really important. Then the Moon here is the Moon, right? The Moon card is the Moon card, and so here I use this card to show you that you are at home, right? And so the feelings are deep sometimes when the Moon is in Pisces here in the Moon card. And I had a very sleepless night the last night, and so I know always that it's deep, right? We're in the feet. That's what Pisces is all about. And so understand the information that is coming through the Sun and the Moon, the subconscious and our feelings. The yoga position for Sagittarius is Paschimottanasana. We bend down, we bow down, and we let go of the past. And here it's fish pose in the Moon. And there we see the upward and the downward facing dog, which are the salamanders. The integration in Osho's Tarot is the blending is Sagittarius, right? Just that you see that. And you are ruled by Neptune. Neptune is always the dream world, is the vision, is the knowing that there's something else out there, and Osho brings you the new vision. He is pointing the error, or he's positioning himself in such a way that he is going to the right, but we know it's going to the within, and so a very beautiful sign to know that Neptune is, when the dreams talk to you, it's deep. Now we have a major title, which is Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius says, or said, and we see that Pluto is the mystic, is the shadow side, and that's beyond the illusion here in Osho Zen Tarot. Beyond the illusion, we recognize that Pluto is a generational planet and not a personal planet, so he doesn't care if your life falls apart. He just wants to clean up. He wants to clear. He wants to take out the shadow side and let you know that the mystical side does exist, right? So we use the Lifruma Healing Oracle because this is connected with Scorpio, and Scorpio did get the Heindel Tarot, and Heindel gave Scorpio the Odin card, right, as a character, and Odin was hanging on the world tree getting the rune alphabet. So here we are using the Lifruma Healing Oracle. You are, as the Knight of Cups, the trust. You let yourself fall. Is your birthday between February 8th and March 11th, then is this your court card, right? You are the 12th zodiac sign, as such connected to the 12th house of spirituality and art, and Pisces is the dreamer. So this just to you as a court card. Then back to the last reading, we're getting Scorpio Sun giving Pisces Moon the light. Now is the time to be an advocate for your own adventures. And you had the star, you already had here Aquarius up in the corner and the advocate, right? And it's important to understand what's talking, and I just check if there's a card reoccurring, and there is not. Okay, we can begin. There's not a reoccurring card, so you cleared it all, which is good, right? Because sometimes we get a card a second time or even a third time, and it means that card is talking very clearly to you. So, beyond illusion, you look into the moon. The moon and the recognizing energy of what the moon does to us. So I'm going to read it to you. We have the 39 plus the 20, that's the 59. And the 59 calculated together, we get the 14. So Sagittarius is definitely letting you know something. And the 14, then the 5 is left. The moon's tune rolls round the heavens, toying with emotions through every revolution. The moon's tune hammers round the heavens, destroying our emotions to bring us evolution. Sweeping down and sweeping through us, sweeping up and clinging to us, with feelings that don't have a place or fit our space, but settle and build a home inside us. Recognize the feelings that don't belong. Refuse to home the broken song. So what I get is that you are called to look through the moon into what is beyond. And I use the moon since I've been doing these readings, and I use the moon as a moment of letting me know this is when I feel you, right? The moon in Pisces. So I do when the moon is in your sign, and I use those 3 days that the moon is in your sign to do the reading. What is Aquarius saying? He brings you the sun. So the moon is only visible through the sun. Without the sun, we would not even know that there is a moon. And in the ancient days already, we were like, what is this appearing thing up in the sky, right? We didn't know that it was a moon. We didn't know that it was spinning. We just saw it being there, rising up and then again waning, rising and waning constantly. And the sun gave it its light. And then even the eclipses that happen, right? So people were like, what is this? And the questions that we have in this life is what brings us forward. So the 19 is calculated together, the 10, and here we had the 14, which is the 5 and the 10 is the 15, and the 15 is the Capricorn energy, is the devil, is the attachment or being cut off, right? So it's almost saying you've been cut off from the moon cycles, so come back in. It's really important that you know what's happening. And then the 6 appears, right? The 15 calculated together. The self-love is coming to you. Self-love where we see in the third eye beyond the illusion that there is more to who we truly are. And so it's a very beautiful sign, right? Pluto in Aquarius is saying the next 20 years you're going to be connected through the moon and the sun cycles, and it's going to bring you a lot of information, a lot of joy, a lot of understanding. What can I let go when there is a new moon? What can I receive when there is a full moon? And you see this dark bird here over her left eye, right? The left is always the inner knowing, the intuitive knowing. So it's quite beautiful, right? What's coming here. Then you get the miser. The miser are the Four of Pentacles, and that's the Sun in Capricorn, which is the next reading. And so you almost understand that the 12 and the 4 is the 16. That's Mars, that's the Tower. Things gotta go, particularly holding on to money, particularly thinking small. Let go and open yourself up to the 7. When we calculate the 16 together, we get the emotional intelligence to know that we can fly and that we can be rich beyond our dreams. What is coming through the Mother Peace Tarot? The 4 of Cups to the left. And the 4 of Cups with the 4 of Pentacles immediately brings you a 4-4 portal, right? And so you see her here where the river meets the ocean with these 4 cups, and it's pointing to the left, and she looks to the right. And so there is a cycle in itself. To the right, you think you need to make money, but it's within where you find the riches. And to the left is where you're going with these 4 of Cups, where you think you don't have enough, but within you know you have enough so that you can live without, or to the outside, this richness of how you feel and what you have experienced. The 44 as a portal is letting you know you gotta look deeper into your heart, be creative with the emotions that you have, because the 4 of Cups is like you are at the point where you have everything you need, but here you think you don't have enough, right? And so the 44, and here the 3, the Empress, right? An Empress can feel, right, that she not have enough, and can feel that she is a little bored with her emotions. And so you need to let go of that. You need to see that we learn to awaken to our true potential, and that's what the cards are telling you. Then we look at the new vision, and the new vision is bringing you the gossip. So here we have the 3, and the gossip is that moment where the shadow attribute is saying thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. And so have a new vision in this world where we're not telling just simply so that we let others know, hey, I am powerful, I know something that you don't know, so I tell you. Be careful with that. We don't want to do any of that. Then comes morality. That's the Queen of Swords, and she looks like a prune. Look at that. She looks like, okay, that's not really really cool energy, right? She's the 7th zodiac sign. We have the 3 and the 7 is the 10. The 10 is a new beginning. Begin new to see that gossip is not what you want in your life. You have higher visions, new visions that you want to live in this world. What is the Queen of Cups saying? The Queen of Wands is coming, and that's Aries. Libra and Aries are opposite of each other, so there is a very interesting, like here, kind of dynamic going on. Libra, Aries, right? And both of them are queens, and one is the Queen of Wands, the other one is the Queen of Swords. The 7 and the 1 is the 8. The 8 and the 3 is the 11. Right? In the 11 there's a portal to know that you don't want to gossip. It's not something you do or you should ever do. What is the Queen of Wands saying? She brings you the Knight of Pentacles. That's a Virgo. So here we have Libra, Aries, and Virgo. And Virgo is the Knight, and the Knight is looking to the left. Right, and the Knight is more masculine energy, and you see that he's the number 6. So we have 7, 1, the 8, and the 6, the 14. So in a way, the 14 Temperance is saying, well, blend, but do not think that you gain any favor just because you're telling someone something that you shouldn't be telling no one. And so you understand that the 14 turns into a 5, the 5 and the 3 is the 8. Have the strength to discern these gossip situations with a Libra or with a Aries or with a Virgo. Then I want to know what is saying the Virgo, and the Virgo is bringing you the Emperor. So it stops here because the Emperor and the Queen of Wands are Aries, and the Virgo is the one that stops the gossip, right? So 7 and 1, 8, 8 and 6, 14, 14 and 4 is 18, the Moon. So when you observe the Moon, you know that you don't want to gossip, you don't want to do any of this, and you see also the Emperor is here to stop the energy. He says no more gossiping. Because what's interesting, these are all people, these are court cards, right? The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. And so these are real people. Meanwhile, the Emperor is a soul aspect, and the soul aspect says stop. Right? We stop here in the 18, and the 18 turns into a 9, and that 9 is then again, of course, the understanding that that's Virgo. Virgo is opposite of you. 18 divided is the 9. So the gossip stops, right? Because you know it needs to stop. What is the Mother Piece Tarot bringing? The 2 of Wands, which is Mars in Aries to the left. And the 2 of Wands is, she remembers her ancestors when they showed her how to make fire. She remembers that she doesn't want to continue to gossip. She remembers that the 7 and the 2 is a 9, and the 9 is then a completion, is the end. The 9 and the 3 is the 12. The 12 ends the gossip situation. The new vision ends the gossip, right? And so you get it. You understand something is really powerful talking here to you, and you know that this is the end. You remember your ancestors. You remember that we have to listen, right, to our instinct. We have to know that certain things are a big no-go. Then the Moon brings you the Fool. That's Uranus. Uranus is here the 0, but the 0 is also the 22nd major arcana. So we know that the 18 turns into a 9. So this could be a day, the 22nd of September. And you begin a new journey. You let yourself fall into the nothing and trust your instincts. What is Sagittarius saying? The 9 of Pipes, which is the Moon in Sagittarius. But the Moon is in your sign, and Sagittarius, the Sun is coming and bringing you the 9 of Wands as the empowerment. You can pray and you can start a whole new understanding of yourself, because this is a 9-9 portal, right? So 2 times the 9, and knowing that you don't want to simply start something new, but you know you start something new where you empower yourself, right, on a spiritual level. And so this is what's coming up here, a 9-9 portal. What is the Fool saying, or bringing you? The 5 of Cups, which is Mars in Scorpio. And the last reading said, now is the time to be an advocate for your own adventures. So the 5 of Cups, you see the 4, you see the 4 cups that you had here to the left, right? The 4, the stability. And you see the 4, and now you get one more. So altogether you have 9 cups, so you get 3 times the 9. And you see that 1 cup is pouring into the left. And again, it's pouring then out. right? So when you give yourself the love, then the love can be given to the out. So know that the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands are together, right? Create here again a 9. And you know that you feel that this sadness is necessary, so you're learning something. The 5 and the 0 is the 50, right? 50 is the number where you begin to understand the 5 senses, where you begin to understand that certain tests are here for me to become stronger and to become spiritually more significant. What is the Mother Peace Tarot saying? The 3 of Wands, slightly to the left, down, are coming. So you have 9 wands, and here the 2 wands, which is 11, and 3 wands is 14 wands. And 14 wands we know is again Sagittarius. He is coming, he is letting you know, do what you gotta do. The 9 and the 3 is the 12, right? You are here. So you know that something is talking to you. Something is then the 3, and here the 18, the 9 and the 3 is the 12. You are appearing. You are the one that is now learning that a whole new journey is beginning through the moon phases and also through the sun phases. The sun is constantly in a new zodiac sign. When we look into the sun, behind it is the constellation right now of Sagittarius, and so Sagittarius speaks to you, right? The 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries, and Aries was here as a soul aspect, as the Emperor, and Aries was here as the court card, the Queen of Wands, and that's a 5, right? And so here you have 5 cups. Understand the 5-5 portal. Understand that everything is talking, and you know, I don't always need to calculate everything together. I think you guys are understanding now to calculate it together yourself, but this is how I get the information, right? I cannot do it any other way. The picture is beautiful, but numbers, it's like bomb, it's very clear. So the 9 and the 3 is the 12. The 12, right, is the 3 and the 9, the 12, the 12, the 3 is left, the 3. So take action. Know that certain things are now coming to you, right? You know, here these 2 children learning from her, right? And that this is the next level of learning how to take action, right? How to know that here she learned everything from her ancestors. So these 2 are maybe these 2, right? So you see that these 5 wands, right? 5 wands, and again 9 wands are 14 wands, and the 5 is left. And so the 5 is always, you know, very clearly now that Sagittarius is talking to you. Sagittarius is bringing you something important for these next 20 years. But mostly you need to see that you follow the sun and the moon phases, that you observe who is influencing you, that you observe that you go beyond the illusion, that here you have a 12 and the 3, here you have a 10 and the 3 is the 13 and the 4 is left, a 4-4 portal, right? Empower yourself and see that you, the Emperor, that you, the one that makes things happen, and that you have the 4 of Cups and you have the 4 of Pentacles, right? You have 4 pentacles, at least. Some people don't even have 4 pentacles. So observe, right, why you think that you are sad, right? Is this a test? Is this just a moment? Or is it really that you feel that you are treated not in the right way? And as such, you need to look deeper and blend, right? Learn the art of blending. In there, we come back to who we truly are. So I hope I see you in the next reading, right? That's when we get the sun in Capricorn, and Capricorn came up by calculating here all of them together, right? We had the 15 and then the 6 out of it, self-love. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.